The EV market sucks right now. Porsche prices are down 32%. Tesla? Try 35. And Audi? Oh Lord, Audi. They're down a whopping 37%. All of these brands and more are experiencing tanking prices for used EVs. Prices that are so low, you might just consider going electric. The EV market is crashing big time, and today we're covering 7 cars that you should absolutely ride the lightning with. Let's go! Starting with the Tesla Model X. This car was the poster child for electric cool and practicality. I mean, good range, solid performance, and friggin' gold wing doors. But guess what? Even Elon couldn't keep this spaceship from crashing down to Earth. We're looking at over 35.5% price drops for used Model X's. Seriously, that is absolutely unheard of for any newer car. It lost around 30 grand in value in just a single year, and it was already trending down at the start of this data. Classic Tesla, am I right? I'm right. With so many new EVs popping up and Tesla churning out updated models faster than you can say ludicrous mode, it's no wonder the Model X's resale value has taken a hit. Harder than Mike Tyson can throw. I mean, just look at this 2020 Model X Performance, which is an upscale trim that sold for just $52K. This shakeup is making us question if any EV can hold its value when the next big thing is always just around the next corner. And Tesla's situation is a wake-up call for the EV world. Innovate or depreciate. I mean, I guess maybe the Cybertruck will hopefully fare better. Yeah, it won't. Now, let's talk about Porsche Taycan. This car is all about luxury electric driving with a side of speed. But let's be real for a second. Even with its high-end badge and jaw-dropping performance, Taycan's used prices are slipping like a used clutch. And it's honestly just as bad as that Model X. Look at that. Nearly a 32% difference in 1 year, losing almost 40 freaking grand in value. That's the equivalent of a whole 2023 Model Y in cash money. Yikes! But for us, well, it's like finding a designer suit at a discount rack. Awesome for buyers, kind of worrying for an owner. It's not just the basic trims that are suffering. The big fish turbo models are tanking as well. And guys, side note, why did they have to call it a turbo? It's an EV. This gorgeous red Taycan Turbo recently sold for just 88 G's. And I know, 88 grand, that's a lot of cash, Brad. Well, let me tell you, just a couple of years ago, this thing was brand spanking new for 150K. That's over a 40% difference, and this drop proves that even luxury buyers are pausing, wondering if they should shell out big bucks for an EV that might not hold its value. Now, the Taycan's tale is a reality check for the luxe EV market, showing that high cost and performance appeal is really just a threat to your wallet. But you know what costs nothing? Giving this video a like and subscribing if you're new. So, let's keep moving on. We have the Audi e-tron up next. Audi's big bet on the electric SUV market. And sure, the e-tron combines comfort with clean power, or, well, clean-ish, depending on where you live. But, as you probably suspected now, its resale value, more than 37% of its value has been chopped the off in just a year, bringing the average used sale price down from 52K to just 32. It seems like the tech race in EV land, where every new model promises more range and new bells and whistles, is making yesteryear's models look a bit old school. And this actual listing is making me feel old. Just a few years ago, this was 88 grand new, and in a blink of the eye, boom, sold for a measly 29,000 bucks with no issues. The e-tron's dip in the used market is a headache for Audi and a head scratcher for us, showing how tough it is for traditional car makers to keep their electric rides appealing, fresh, and worth the dough. Stop your shoulders, baby. Well, not for EVs. On to the next with the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Ford tripled down on the EV movement with this car, and its use of the iconic Mustang nameplate. Again, why a Mustang? Why a turbo? This pony's trotting into the same slump as the rest. This Mustang crashed into the, let's say, curve of market decline, losing over 35% of its value in the last year alone. Meaning, what you used to pay for 50 grand is now just 32 grand for the same thing. I mean, who would have predicted that an electric Mustang EV would plummet as soon as it left the factory? That's a joke, people. I'm joking. Of course, it would. It's like the Wild West. And in the EV market out there, the Mach-E's finding out the hard way that brand legacy alone can't shield it from depreciation. This top trim GT version sold recently for only $39,500, and it only had 8,000 miles on it? Thing's practically brand new. Just over a year ago, these cars were going between 60 and 70K, and that's if you could even get them. Performance EV folks, they make depreciation look fast. Up next, enter the Pstar 2. Sweet and sleek, electric knight in shining armor. But even this cool Scandinavian bad boy has lost its charm, and it's lost a ton of value. Woo! If this is your first time hearing about this car, I'm sorry, because a 33% dip in price in 1 year is not a good first impression. That's from 50 grand down to 33,000, folks. It's a bit of a reality check for the new kid on the block, battling to carve out a niche in a crowded market. The Pstar 2's unexpectedly quick journey from newcomer to check the used listing status is a sad tale indeed. But it's only sad if you bought one new for 66,000 buckaroos. This listing right here that sold for under 33K proves that if you want one now, you should be showing off those pearly whites. On to the next, with Jaguar's electric E-Pace SUV. It's the beautiful and elegant girl of your dreams who has a problem with her finances. And I have a graph. Cold hard data to prove it. Over the past year, E-Pace fell from an average price of 37K down to around 28,000. That's the cheapest date on this list, folks. Let's go dancing. But what comes along with the 23% price drop is, well, a sad year for any owners. But a great day for anyone who wants a comfy, pretty, and affordable EV to use every day. And when I say affordable, I mean affordable. Even with medium-level mileage across the board, these cars are just begging to be picked up for pennies on the dollar. Now it's time to get fancy. The Mercedes EQS SUV. The much anticipated big dog Merc. Everyone, and I mean everyone, was waiting for the top-of-the-line EV from Mercedes. But this one's fate on the market has been just as rough as the rest of this list. Starting last year at $115,000 eye-watering dollars on average, the EQS has plummeted to $95K in just 12 months. I think maybe that European luxury cars, they just don't hold value. It's probably just me. But as far as the EQS SUV goes, even with all the premium vibes and electric race, the market's just not playing nice. These drops in value are big red flags, signaling that even the top-tier luxury EVs aren't immune to the market mood swings. So, what's the takeaway from this electric roller coaster? Well, probably that all new EVs are in the same boat, a boat that's just hit a rock and is currently capsizing. And though there are many pieces to this market crash puzzle, the simple matter remains that EVs are still relatively new to both consumers and to the manufacturers that make them. So, every single year, the same models make a huge improvement and the outgoing car becomes completely worthless, pretty much. But for people who want an EV, this is fantastic news. So what do y'all think about this situation? Do you think that EV prices are ever going to stabilize, or is it just completely doomed? Let us know down below. And while you're at it, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out these ideal vids right here. I'm Brad, the Financial Cowboy. This is Ideal, and promise me one thing: keep living the ideal lifestyle.